2018. He's an outspoken public intellectual. Yes, you're right. He's none other than Dr. Akoijam Bimol, and he's also involved with various socio-political issues. He's also a cinema and a theatre enthusiast. He served as a jury member in film festival organized by state and film fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to welcome Dr. Bimol Akoijam.
Manipur Meitei Association Bangalore members in Aigu function opportunity of Pivira Hamta from Dr. Tuga Timbiba Irecha Singusu Aina Karamok Chibugalo and Kurunjeri. I know consider quite a deep pond Tabakse. Put unequally. As one gets older, it becomes more and more clear that one must try to be authentic as far as possible, true to oneself. Meaning, true to myself or it's very important. Hindi isay Musulay Aina Rajes Kanaka that Yawni. Kuch to lo kahenge, logon ka kaam hai kahena. Aduna Maitei Maramda, Manipur Maramda, Pakman the Nangi, Adutore, I see. Sometimes a nerving boy, Numaite, sounding was opening. Adubo, Akoi Kanano, Akoi Sekanano, Akoi Natoga, the Philip Sekanano, Ibuduna, Hen. Concentrate on kunsi se hingba. Mase personal, individual level the show where I collective rules I am check the hazard report. It's a firm belief. Let them talk about whatever people talk about you. If you're true to yourself and convinced about life, you have to find a meaning of life. I principle in this life. The same principle I have a kind of incident because I have a lot of dissatisfaction with my community, our leader, the way we behave. Involved the park issue, the very young age, class 9, 10, and those of my friends and Aibu Masakhan Mami, they don't it's been there, you can see on record, written that in Kanbi, Jahikun Contrada. Incidentally, this is my 40th year of writing in print media. Han Hanba, first publication in print media, the Lamit Hanbi in a journal under and they the Tanglai Pakusun Tanglai Jagi Wakalon Sagat Pafayena, 1983. That was my first publication in print media, monthly journal. So I've been involved. I'll look at all of Pani Haitai. And Akoigi Jaltina, I know the Lapo Harapis, the Bangalore Campus, I know notice about the coordinator of Handa Aina. Europe, something that attracted to me, Bangalore group say, the passion and involvement. I'm genuine my opportunity, it's okay. Everybody has his own interest. Tawbasudum Yawi, Lepakim, Nang, Kandaba, Alam, the Chakadaba, Lamcha Chatabagi, Toba, dagi leipaki Iran is the masagi personal agenda yaurang opportunity changjalaga yaushin ba kambu yaudabulati yauraga su madugi mayam maraktudagi karamba mi si karamaina pullaga kamaina signers ma thon gani haliba kambu dugu su pullaga na kari tawi I have ki calculation change real hardcore politics that adugi yeng padane aina when judge asked me to come to Bangalore I said yes I must tell you this yunda ahumda thore kaum se manunga masai hai lo kai arun na hai do I was moved I felt the same thing doctor advised me 7 hours again at least minimum you should take rest for 7 hours and the last 3 months I don't know how many hours I sleep it's asking now examination they've been involved we have not been sleeping we've been working through late night calls online meetings yum the salaga meeting to go myam tanaba so 13 August is another opportunity ma thola ko yam yaw ya ngam the school the student in ngi secretary go in puring at the sum yaw ko so what I wanted to share today with all of us here is Pochi, I have a habit of Masai authentic head. I tend to speak and call spade a spade. Adugi matau chutai authentic way basi. And I incorporate the slogan Haggadra saying that it is there. I write it down and I often say it to myself also. No mother pope machana nini siba nobody knows after life as a we don't know if you're a physicist and know how the universe began, Big Bang theory, multi-universe labor, is there Atma labor, Ishwar labor. We only know that I'm speaking right now, this flesh and blood, this life. That recognition, if sometimes if certain circumstances pushes you, then you have to make choices. It's not that I'm not afraid. It's not that I'm not scared, but you need to confront those fears and do what you need to do it. Adugi gat ama yawam changi adugi gat yawe pai pusi begin nominating assist. That's a reminder of that same. I think that's the middle adugi pusi report nama. I tamjaning aduga koi gi management the kari am to isin na ba musule. Life is nothing but the space between the alphabet and A, B, C, D, and so on. It's between B and D, birth and death, A, B, C, D, and B and D. But if you look at what is between B and D, C go on the and C is what defines life. Popularly life of the American the C within life. So what is life? I think it's like B, D, C. So what C stands for? C stands for choices that we make. That defines our life. The choices that we make today will define our life here as well as for the generation to come in the future. Our forefathers have made certain choices and that shaped us what we have to do. Sigi consciousness, Punshi Masakama Chane Queen. Punshi Masakamba Sineva Masigi Matota. Adugi part in a ritual, in a patriotic day, and a Sunatogi Mauta, and a see Tamdani Rohaisa. Kogi Maria, Wiki with the discipline in man, I see discipline, or some son of the Namawane man. I have a very unconventional checkered life. I am a trained psychologist, but majorly work in history and political science, and for the last 16 years, I am teaching sociology in JNU. And and yesterday some of them were surprised when I said I also make films, feature films that we say had one hand through. That's life. Then you have to be true to yourself. Sigi history akoigi male moidagi moigi moina tawba thawali ko akoi wahi si ahum thona hana ayumta mayam ga thamchake. There is something called past, and there is something called history, and there is something called memorialization. there are three things, they are not one and the same. Past haibama, history haibama, amana memorialization haibama. So past is a moment in time hai. Matam gi tangkat amane past hai sidi. Hai riba matam gi tangkat tu ki maramda nainaba, iriba, ngangiba, tauriba potuna history ko. That's history. This is magi technical, magi history discipline they offer. Past is a moment in time and history is a way of discussing, writing, studying about that moment in time. Matam gi tangkat amagi maramda nainariba, matam gi tangkat tu na kina past hai siko. Aduga madugi maramda nainariba, iriba, nganariba, discuss tauriba activity gi potuni koina history hai si. So then what is memorialization? Koi masito is memorialization. 13 August, Kargil Divas, Khongjom Day, these are all memorialization. These three things are related, but they are not one and the same. Moment in time, 1891, high river, Matamgi Tanka Kamaniki, Madugi Maramda, Nainariba, Inariba, Kanariba, history. Masia Kuina Taunisina, memorialization. The unique thing that we need to realize is memorialization is not so much about the past. It is about the present and the future. The generation is no longer here. It's in our memory, it's in our history. And we are the one who are doing something called memorialization. When a matam the Tokyo Landuna, Matamamagi Tankami, Maduki Maramda Dana Iduna history, Niadoki Masina Dogisina, memorialization, I think Mokoi maximum Akoijam. So when have history is about past and memorialization is about present and the future. Akoijam memorialization, how to Isikari, oh, Amana, and as I Koigi and Nonina Suharamito, 1972 Moigi. Ahamba mi 13 August tawuda Union Home Ministry gi telegram la la tawnu separatism tholakani noina si 13 August tawlati Manipur gi tokhaita ne gi ihobsi kankalakani tawnu ina telegram tharapani program sa andaida. This is there in Yunnan magi memorial yawni man ibne program sa andaida san. Aduna haudo pamcham haudo isi karigina karigina political akoina pamjaba ngasi masu tungda akoina oihanninga potna matana honabata akoina puthoka potne masagi langdo nate 1891 do nate ningsing kumonas akoina tobone. It has a purpose. And akoina ngasi 13 August kedobugi pamthu ino haibagi purpose in so koi kangam thoy. So it's not so much about past. Kanigumakaran ningsing in the memorizing the Yamsati report amana. Act of remembering is also an equally an act of forgetting high. So it's important to also, when we remember something, we also simultaneously try to forget something. And so what we remember and what we forget, Akoina memorialization do magi function do karigino haida solidarity collective ki oiba apun ba life ama hinbada mi oiba ki khunai fu moina hinbada lingzen manana lemina na bagi function activity man ne akoina memorialization is. Those of you from anthropology will know this. Totemism gaile is a ritual dauraga pangthu iba tribals. This is solidarity group to la na bona ne. Really Brown and anthropologists so national day modern day totemism we enact something, do something together to reaffirm our group solidarity. And the patriotic celebration functions the group solidarity Masi Azik Cookies all community is a nationalist movement. 2012, for example, Razago Kanthan Memorial Football Tournament, I'm still maintaining to my heart kibani kind of doing a retweet over me. 2012, when a come over the one. 2013, the Namu Naga Gitonagiba 13 September 1994 the single day the cookie quite 115 of them were killed on 13 September 1994. Adugi Ningsin Kuman Mamman Black September. So this is trying to develop this cookie zo community, solidarity, politics, so it's the function of memorialization, the function of the This is what I want to share. We eulogize the bravery of forefathers. They didn't run away. Tangaldo, it's there in record, history record. Famous line, which is written in Zetaru Kumrava. This is something like I had even in the Battle of Manipur's Battle of Thermopylae, 480 the BC the King Leonidas na Spartan gi in Togduna Moy Chahuma Manatauraga. Persian the listen the thing I give a forward the military school the Sutaki having a city battles how to use geography for your own advantage and military training the Sri out having moist. Adugida surrender to Kulai do Piro hybrid immortalized to a line and they never. Government take it high Leonidas na head. Adugi got never Kunsu, Ponabzava and Zetaru Kumbaba the eating a over line, memorial at Teddy, Tiele, the sea of the Togo with open to see. High has. He should not die, you would ever say, Imam of the dog. She is surrendered out of the Lautatamaga, Kaptanaga sea, you image the Sure. He see you are in the Mete that we got your was at. Yao the ball opportunity of the Gamus to Yao. History, as it did. Mirza Fargi Wari don't think ready to be Sirazu the Lagi generally Heidaga, Robert Clark gives and Sangi Wari later. So it's always the appointment of the Sung Yao. Aduga. According to Nixangiba, Adugi speak to the Equilo in the Kangaway by the Sibuki than a lantern again. But one of the things that I want to share with you is normally not shared. What we tend to forget when we remember something. We pick and choose and we try to feel good about ourselves. And that's why we tend to remember certain good things about this kind of a spirit of resistance and so on. It's a lesson as we remember in Isaac. Nasigo in a tokuni, Nasigit never memorialization is the here and now, past and history is about the days gone by. And what we tend to forget is because we can learn lessons from them. The mistakes that we made, and we correct it here and now, as we remember it. One of the first mistakes, Sahib Manga se Hapada, Manipuda Karitola the Begese. Pasana Kana Nainaraga. Mantri Nagaling Tola Pamna Puna Nakari Kaliba. Sit out a Canada cabinet security meeting Tawi, the Ginagi, army that had a war, the boardroom, the Famaga, say artillery, Zikadom Tazan, the Sige, Karisin, the Sige, Air Force Kogumata Moira, but oil divided. Everything is planned out, consequence Karilani. If I move in like this, Kaito Sike Haina Kana Liner, this is a low bra high report. I must see. Matota Resia, last 25 years, Mutain would have put up. A quick character, no matter the Ukibo character, Masisu Yao. Mantri man, the Pulaga Kamaraga, my Manga, Lai say is Quinton, is a commissioner of Assam, one of the highest ranking officials of that time. See how the Karitola Kania do a quick straight Nakarino, Quinto Bush Nikarino, Masito, Nakaino, and Kanabra Haidaga. Trial record in Kandadi, young impulsive over chaotic over decision making process and the world. Kamla Trado the Tikin Jitne, a morning tongue, Tanga generator, the high Nekari Mamma, Halloween go, Hiraga, a Isan and Changia, Moning in a Ratalaga. What is how to talk to Tangada, my Yuras, Hatano High, get the way she talked about them still come. I have we don't know, call we do not, a man at this or a happening kind of court get trial to it. Masibi say, I could get national character when a yaw of the tower, Masibo. Kari no toy say, Kamai Tony, Masibi Tungi, Bisna and Bisna, Kamaya Kani, do the Unessa, Masibo, what we see. Madhukika Yauti. Manipura Union Minister Amlaga, you can donate eyes, but you cannot donate vision in Hanaman. Tavi Ormani. Vision Yautaba, plan Yautaba, Mahamaki ho. You can check, this is not the first time I'm saying this. I have written it 15 years ago, 10 years, 12 years, consistently in an episodic reaction to a specific episode, needs up reaction. I have used this word. Every crisis that we face. Thoroughly discussed our vision number craft our LinkedIn manner togi poche equate yaute. I don't know where I'm going to hand a shumui. Smooth the hand plant of Ramzani kind. We just realize it. Chili Mami the hand 2015 the Chura Jampo the Iran to lace it. Is it different from today's event? Why is that? Atopa mapan gimi, adagi manung gimi, Manipuri no Manipuri distinguished or the Loma, the Sienga the Vania do the Unimito me and Sai Yellow Migi, Shuki Hekla. Atopa mafamda, May hope the Gaturan Chapurkata Day, how is it Karikin? I said 2015 to Shukura anniversary. Low home pass over. So what have we done? Have we prepared? Why we were taken by surprise with this sudden attack on us? And as I hesitate. So when we remember, we must correct it. If we celebrate Patriots Day and if we don't learn those things and correct it, then this celebration will be meaningless in that sense. So we need to correct. Tahum Suri, Icha, ma'am, Akoijam pundre kari no chai kananam yauke se dum tau lady. It's the first thing that I want to remember. So for me, Patriot Day is also a day to quietly sit, think about it, then we share it together. What went wrong and how much we must do the needful to correct it. That's the true spirit of remembering Patriots Day. The other part, Laipaki land from Haibamuga, Ningto Kubangi land from Haibaga land and issue. In 1891, Laipak Kang Kong Charga Iran to Isa, Ningto Kubangi land, the Sumari name. Now you ask yourself, Handak Tinganiba land issue, Laipaki land, the Ningto Kubangi land, the answer of the Yaw, the rest of the Indio. See, come on, but Madame the Ningto Pan, like Bakni, Nasidi Ningto Pan, Willam Natavlina, highly the Nisam alone, the government of the people, for the people, by the people. Ningto Kubam Gilanga, like Pak Miang Gilanga, Ani the Sigaina, Gimarisa, Kadai the Sigaina, no Anis Tuan, we are Roduna, like Pak Miang Gilanga, Louis no forgetting Tom Kubam Gilan, Do Maduna, Araivani, Haibagi, pressures in Yang. Because we are no longer in a feudal monarchical structures, we live in a democratic republican life. So each one of us must also be very clear on this. Atopa, third lesson na ako'y nakangwa yabang matamdugi lang da Manipur si kulay in the season na nagi dynamics sa Malay. Later part of 18th century da British na nasagya ko na kamawa da waman masida Battle of Plassey say 1757. So nakanda Bandung dynasty kita alumpayan na leader wala empire na haure ise. Sina 1752 say mga kan. Sumaya ani sina sakala kanda neba class tawro kanda neba Anglo-Burmese war talk na tawro kanda. Ako'y Manipur sa marat chapter rin. So hawalapa kandadi masigi bowling de nisigi alumpia is kankalapa dagi British no moigi meet here kone. Adugi se Scott and Amana. Later part of 18th century ki wari ni. Tilapuda Manipur se moine alai oigadam ne koigi hai kari gi no haga. They are a martial race. They are the Rajput of the East guys high. And civilized or organized like by the Burmese, so another Bukambu ni high than a Akoijam Micham Moigadabani and a Pulapadagi, Mari British Samaraga, Akoigi Manipur, Sipunjala, race in Matambuki wars. So you have the series of activities by the turn of 19th century. And do the Horakadoribu war, Awaka thing of the Yaureba, first Anglo-Burmese war, second Burmese talk, and the third Madam, the Burmese, when a Pulak British India. So Manipur's strategic location magi importance in Mama Puneba, 1885, 86, the Burmese lowered. So that's why they started interfering. Akoijam said, is Manipur being used by certain forces to serve certain goal, not related to us, Makoiki interests? Larger strategic in the Indian state is there. Some goal that Indian state wants in the border areas. Koigi Union Home Ministry na hexin na bawai thaka. Unintegrated reason border the labor say India cannot afford. Cookie Chin group na labor mayam say we all know that counterinsurgency ki part in the Suhana ki labor. Group everybody on defense retired officer meeting everybody knows. So we must ask that Tui Iran is a Kana interest yaw in Oibama. Similarly, Nasagi Cookie Joe in a Toribu Kambus in a Kanana, Mois in a Karai, the Geta Reno, Sain nationalism, Magi Sagali, a Hadiba. Third man, the Twin but drug kickery, shift of labor. UN report, Yaw later, Bama to Kega, Poppy plantation, Yesiki spillover effects in Manipur, the Toge. There are reports in NDTV as well. So this is the third thing that you need to think. In the area where political parties in the competition, BJP, right wing and this left wing Congress, Mungi dynamics na karino yawiba. See what my answer, Changani, Mahaki saw pain of Sikapanata, and then we have to take a call based on that one. In Heiser River board maps. I know Pada, Mari Siki, Nainara, Kala the Tom talk of what Giga. I don't want to call my own fellow citizens as outsiders. But I also know that Laymin Nabata respect the woman Changi Akoijam Sumi respect the woman. Korubu had the Maming Matoited from Jelaga, Tangjinga, Yaroi kind of Tom Loktak's mumming a talk to history to say broken identity is Laymin Nabada respect from sign that they would. That's not the sign that you respect our sentiment. Hanami Tawla, Kogu the mumming Tonjandi, Aduto, Sumani. Adegi Loktak mumming on to history, Sigai and Yaduto, ni Hybrid Natana Hujik may take up to some other room. And they give me see the photo tagalaga, Korean Katina, don't know these signs are not the friendly signs. I do either they could look target. Gandhi was in the yaput. When the push comes to shove, and this not on based on hatred, but a quick assertive point that we want to be signed. Because if you disrespect our sentiments, that time immemorial ki la bo ko bu maming thueta thonjan bi amata to bi karim ka thaina na ngang bi thangjin ga handa bi mi si da karim ka thain nu ko de kana ba khoi ngasai ma le hai forces am back up to ga na da these forefathers have told us that we will not run away. We'll stand up for ourselves and we will fight. Modern democracy I don't lose. I still know that among all the communities, feeling very money, put the attachment they can be on it's high time. I have seen people protesting, but I've never seen people using abusive words with female genitals in a public rally. You may like the CM or not. I am no big fan of our politicians. You may have political disagreement, but what kind of ethos culture is this community, or the kind of culture that when you shout, "Ma behan ke gali leke aap procession chaloge," what kind of culture is this? Your contemptuous attitude towards people's religious feeling, people's tragedy, you have to be very, 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 very firm about this response, but without losing the fact that a united Manipur can never be based on two things. It should not, you cannot have your imperial nostalgia, because we are no longer live in a kingship. It is a democracy. Every citizen must have the dignity and respect, whichever community they come from. So this is like that. But I'm very different from that 3 years old Bimol. So history is a syllable. Today's Manipur is not the Manipur of 1891. It is not the Manipur of, say, 1946, 71. This is a very different Manipur. Every citizen should have the dignity that they deserve. Nupi hoigera, Khongtek hoigera, Mitang hoigera, this community, that community, this religion, everybody must have that dignity. Adugi dignity, self-respect, yaudabagi sign never, migi like from the Karido, Shitoida, Batobi, history, and Loke, kind of Rabo Pochideko. Adu, which is you Kanaraganga, Tinaga Nukatatu, and the Tobogi Pilum said. In today's globalized world, ethnic exclusivity when a Laika Hingani Kaniba, Wakandu Deva, it will die on its own pressure.
Yes.
Maybe never Kadai the common Lagan had a tea, the Vinam Chilin, the Romatanda, Pickraba, parochial attitude, tribalism, and it is, I'm using this very consciously as an anthropological concept. Please see it, what tribalism means. Adugi, the exclusive point of Tauraka. It's a self-contradictory or a number of them. India, among the Leminary citizens, the show, I could Leminary have a meaning to Iran. That you think that when you join Indian army, that you will not follow an order from an Indian Meitei army officer. Is it possible? As a citizen of the country, what do you mean by that we can't live together with this community? Please tell me, what does it mean? When you work in Delhi University or JNU, if we are colleagues and my students, I have all cookie students also. How dare you say that we will not have any relationship with them as a citizen? Is this the logic that you will be supporting it? They must ask this of themselves also. And we must ask it together. If you're losing track of what life is, India is citizen on a you are bound to interact and even in a globalized world, in multinational cooperation, you will be interacting and associating with the Maitega. So when we say, I know the Hazel is ago, I know Manipur Masagapa Amato Wabisida. Nasai the Homaiba Pichibi Pochida, I call it Maitega, so it was so correct over the way. But I'm saying that Taurakata we said, any time when we remember our past, I know Sahiba Akoijam, so it was a moment I'm so Gadavani, Aduga, Anoba Punsigi, future is so a philosopher and Haivada, Yampasabamale. Future is not the destination to arrive at. Future is something that we do today to make certain things in the future. Amagi days to come the Togadaba. Future there. Tungi matam the lake. Masi point of activities there. It's a future. Future is something that we do now. Adugi, Lemina Bagi Sakata Buddha, Nusisana Lemina Bagi, Laiba global forces like with the challenge, only by extractive economic lies, you maintain it at the top name as I can remember. Why khudingmakta sigi enmity, animosity and hatred na tawraga laigaduba world da ai hojik lusilakut haijaning isa. India ko laipak sisu adumaina partition tawduna semgiba laipakni. The leader of this country must realize that you cannot afford to have a ghettoized communities. Muslim ke Hindu ka khana rena jama majete ki kaide noi thangdo ka Muslim jaga ma thangjan gen hona gadra. What kind of policies that the nation is going to do is we must ask it constantly. Ghetto-wise, ethnic enclave same agar laine have a democracy chatwa India da karama no. Then buffer zone kind of say funnily it was spoken on Karan Thakur's interview by one of these cookie ladies, and after a week Indian army follows the same language. I was wondering what is going on. Indian army ki unit mayam disclose book the worker serving officers na bobo dum high bawani ko ni sukhang bawani military da khara pamjarak bagi ai kana guard commanding officers kana no so moi mase no information fazana laite hainari neba. How come that everybody gets the information of this mai dei zana tawena atu so kari ka thaina ngani nasi bawde Indian army so fully tholok thing kai no. Why? Kashmir to haido long smaina adu gitu unit to adu pai bani adu command ni secret regiment adu na da Iran thokane bele ba secret se lo tawren kai do ba no ba khoi se masigi question me am hanga da bo jam lai ko handa thimri bala lo se da ba adu bo ai na sai se sampat na ja da pot ani gapta ne. Let them say whatever it is. When we remember, we learn from history. We have the ipai kusina Thambinam spirit, we will imbibe them, we will not run away, we will fight for our dignity, not only for us, for everybody who love the idea of Manipur as their motherland or their community. A Manipur which is not based on imperial nostalgia, but Manipur based on the belief that everybody in that land, every community deserves dignity and respect. We happen to be the community which should take the lead. That's a historical responsibility that we must perform. And if we fail it today, then our generations to come will suffer. Not only Meiteis, I can guarantee you this. An ethnicized, hatred based in a multi-diverse society like us is only inviting problems. So hate politics must be countered and fought back. Let them come and say that what is the mistake they also made. Just as we are able to say that we have made mistakes, we can correct it ourselves. At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, then we will stand up and patriotic day say, some people will fight with the machinery's zeal, and Meiteis will probably fight with the patriotic fervor. That's the difference that everybody must know as we celebrate 13 August. Thank you so much.
Professor Dr. Akoijam, thank you so much for coming down all the way from Delhi and sharing your thoughts on this particular subject. May I want to ako kuha ang kusi. May I lagi let's say enjoy eh. Maram na
Arun,
ako
standing ovation for
yes.
standing ovation everyone please.
Listen to that sa Rosa ba? Kasi mamang session at saan mo kay postcard banner atang paragal hangapiyo. We'll have a small clip. Lao bagi matam we are running out of time. Yes, brother, can take it. Yeah, come. Okay, on public demand.
Okay. I think they're already ready. I guess a lot of energy. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
We salute
Our Patriots
stop violence.
in Manipur.
Say no to
Narco-terrorism.
long live. Long live. Long live. Bharat Mata ki. Satyameva. Manipur ki Chowdiah. Himali Ratan. Equal rights for all.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Okay, we're almost it's the end of this today's program. Next, we have a short speech from Mr. Om Prakash Potsambam, who was also the ex-vice president of MMAB for a long time and also the ex-president of MMAB. He plays a very important role in fostering a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood within the Manipuri community based in Bangalore. I'm Om Prakash.
mayam matam si parakta bari ni yar ka di lahat ng ka potha bigo nasigi lengbi rabi ba